Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. And today we have another giveaway for you. We are giving away the Tier 6 American Premium Tank Destroyer, the Hellcat 105. Now, all you need to do to enter this giveaway is leave a comment with !duck followed by the gamer tag and console you play on. And the draw for this giveaway will end on the 25th of May, at which point I will do a post on my channel and let you know who the lucky winner is. So again, all what you need to do to enter this giveaway is leave a comment with !duck followed by the gamer tag and console you play on. Okay, so we have one replay to show off the Hellcat 105 for you today, and we're in a Tier 6 matchmaking on Hellbourne, where we have two enemy artilleries in the game. Now, if you want to see the crew and equipment I use in this tank, you'll be able to see it at the bottom of the screen as I speak. But if you've never played the Hellcat 105, it's basically a Hellcat, so you have the great mobility and straight line, great concealment value the Hellcat has, but you then have this derp gun where you have 320 alpha on your standard rounds, but 350 on your premium heat rounds. So you actually have more alpha on your premium rounds. So I guess you could say this is the definition of pay to win, because your premium rounds literally do have more penetration and more alpha. And then you got 410 penetration, or sorry, 410 alpha on your HE rounds. But honestly, this tank is crazy. I say it's a derp gun, but with all the crew and equipment setups you can have now, it's still actually pretty accurate. And honestly, it can be so good to use this tank. You can pick up a lot of damage very, very quickly. Its one weakness really is that its actual reverse speed is terrible, and it turns a little bit like a boat. So you kind of have to sort of be aware of that. You can see here I've turned myself in a way that if I get detected, I can drive into safety quicker, and that's something you need to sort of be aware of. Unfortunately here I was shooting the heat shells, and I should have aimed a little bit better because I just went into his track shots and end up missing that shot. But we are able to finally get a penetration of damage into that tank, which gets spotted there, and you can see we low roll for 320, but a decent start to the game. And you can see just how effective this concealment is. I think I've got the still concealment values in this tank down to about 206 with this build. So yeah, it's very, very stealthy. But because we are top tier in this game, I can play a little bit more aggressive as well, because I can rely on that fantastic gun that this tank has, and the good mobility, good concealment. Like I say, its main flaw is that the reverse speed is pretty poor, and it turns like a boat. Other than that, it's a fantastic tank. Now we get the track shot into that poor little tier 5 here, which isn't going to allow us enough time to get another shot into him. Unfortunately, he turns just at the wrong moment, but we do track him in place again. So he's kind of stuck there, and I don't think he's got a repair kit. So we're able to land a second shot into him, putting us on to about 600 damage. And yes, so far so good. We've got all our hit points. We're just trying to look at the map and work out what we're going to do next. This enemy heavy tank is pushing our tank, our little medium round here. So I'm going to come around and try and help him, just delete this tank while I've got an opportunity, because he's pushed a little bit too aggressively there. We do get the kill shot there, picking up our first kill, but we're starting to get shot in the rear by this heavy tank who's pushed across here, this Polish heavy tank. So we're just going to need to try and get out of dodge, get into cover here. The enemy team have kind of won the 1-2 line. I mean, I say they won it. We never really sent anything there. So they just kind of pushed across. That's okay, because if they have to push across to our base, they're essentially going to push in the open towards me. But so far, it's a fairly even battle at the moment. Pretty even on the hit points. And yeah, the enemy team have a 1 kill advantage. But I've seen an opening to try and push around and get rid of the enemy fun police here, and try and find a flank really, and just try and develop into this game and use the speed. You see this top speed, they've got a top speed of 65 kilometers an hour, and it gets to that top speed really quickly. It just doesn't turn that well, but in a straight line you can really just get across the map quickly. So I'm using that to my advantage to try and get behind the enemy team, the enemy line here, and create some awkward moments, because I want to kind of kill the artillery, because they're just going to be constantly shooting on our team here. And I managed to do that. I'll put this artillery in the open now, so we can't shoot at our team. Like I say, it is a derp gun, so you do need to try and lead your shots. It doesn't have great shell velocity. I think you've got 800 shell velocity on the heat rounds, and then on the standard rounds you've got 850. and then 780 on your HE. So combine that with the sort of large bloom you have, it does take a little while. But like I say, I call it a derp gun. You still have an accuracy in this build of 0.32, so it's not actually that derpy considering the alpha you do get at tier 6 in this tank, and with the good reload it has as well, and really good DPM for a tier 6 tank. I think got a DPM at about 2,509. Manage to land a shot into this enemy tier 5 guerrilla artillery here, and we're hoping to finish him off with a final shot here because he's tracked in place. We do exactly that and pick up our second kill of the game, but this game is still pretty even at this stage, 9 versus 9, and I think the enemy team are now kind of pushing up towards our base at the sort of B sort of 9-0 line. So I'm going to try and head over there as quick as we can, kill this little artillery on our way, and then try and get behind the enemy team. Now we get a shot in, do not pen in, but it tracks him in place, which may allow us to squeeze another shot in potentially here, and we do, and we hit that shot and we detonate his ammo and we blow him up in one shot, and we pick up our third kill of the game, and we kill an enemy artillery. Now I'm not sure what this heavy tank's doing at the back of the map there. I don't know if he's AFK or what, so I'm going to try and head over because I need to kind of go this way. I'm going to have to kill this tank on the way because I want to try and get down the 890 because I'm conscious that the enemy team potentially trying to cap us out. I'm also worried that we're in the cap circle, which means I don't really want us to cap out because I want to try and get as much damage as I can. You know, that's just kind of how I play. Now this tank isn't actually AFK, but I'm not. Yeah, I was a little bit confused what they're doing, but we managed to track them in place and get a shot in there. We're going to hopefully try and put another one in, which we do. Putting him onto a one shot, he misses his shot, so we just pull him back around this rock while we'll reload, and then we're going to take him out so we can just get on with this game here. We do that and we pick up our fourth kill of the game, and it's now a 6 versus 7. The enemy team are in our spawn, and we do have cap pressure on the enemy base. So I'm going to zoom across again, like I say, using the fantastic mobility the Hellcat has. I mean, most of the Hellcats do have good mobility here. We are now in a 4 versus 7. An enemy team obviously do have the hit point advantage and the tank advantage here. But if the enemy team are going to want to win this game, they are going to have to go back and get a reset on our base. I'm not very concerned about the enemy team capping us out, because even if they put another tank in the cap circle, at this stage I should have plenty of time to get back and get the reset. And the chances are, because I've got fantastic concealment, I'm going to be able to outspot whatever's in the cap circle, just free farm them while they're in the cap circle. So I'm really, the only concern going in my mind at the moment is I kind of want one enemy team to get back and get the reset so I can try and get some more damage out of this game, because I feel quite comfortable that I'm going to be able to get the shots of the tanks in the cap. They do have 2 tanks on the cap, but I'll just take my time to make sure I do hit this shot here. Just want to get the reset in. We do, and we don't even get spotted for it as well, because like I say, we do have good concealment, and we're kind of shooting for a little bush as well. And we've got 3 farming these tanks now sitting in the cap circle. So it puts on to about 3,500 damage. Hopefully we can try potentially finish this tank off. If not, put him on a 1. We do finish him off though, picking up our 5th kill of the game. So we're on for a top gun. We should hopefully pick up the 6th kill by killing this last remaining tank in the cap circle. We do have 30 seconds on our clock though, so I'm just going to go in now because he's managed to get undetected from me. So I think he might be hiding behind a record or something, I'm not sure. But we go for the kill. Unfortunately we miss it, because I say it is a dirt gun, it wasn't fully aimed. This time we are going to let this shot aim in to make sure we definitely hit the shot, and we do that, picking up our 6th kill of the game. And the enemy team have actually got the reset, which is good now, because now we've got 3 tanks we can try and fight. We are in a 2 versus 3 here, but we're potentially on for... we can't quite get the Paul's medal, but hopefully we can get a Radley's if we can pick up the 8th kill. We can get 2 more kills, which would be nice, and obviously try and get this win. Now, I have the advantage in this situation, the fact that the enemy team have the tank advantage, but I feel like I have the advantage just because of the tanks they're in and the fact that I'm in the top tier and I'm in the Hellcat 105. So on a map like this where it's so big, I can just outmaneuver them, outspot them, and do that really. It's going to find it difficult because I can just keep outmanoeuvring them. So I just got to try and find where they are. Now we know the last known location was that obviously they went and got the reset on our base, but looks like one of the enemy team is pushing our friendly tank who's defending their base. Now I want to try and help him out. I'm looking for the kill shot here, but I don't want to snap this. I kind of want to fully aim it. Unfortunately, he comes back behind the rock, but I'm kind of waiting that if he pushes my friendly teammate there, I might be able to get the shot in. Unfortunately, one of the other end tanks is pushing our teammate. I can't help him because I want to wait to kill this tank. Now I do thankfully land that shot in sort of blind as he loses the spot, but now I'm trying to rush across and try and help my friendly teammate in the base, because I think he is on a one shot against this tank. So I don't know where the final tank is after this, but I'm trying to head over there just to try and get the rear shots in. I just need him to hold on for as long as he possibly can, but he actually does really well and kills the enemy tank and puts us into a 2 versus 1 now. And we do have 7 kills and about 4,000 damage with about 800 assistance as well. So if we can pick up this kill on the final tank remaining, that will give us the 8th kill, which will give us the Radley's medal. So that's what I'm looking for at the moment. I'm just trying to find out where he is. Essentially, just got to scout him out. Obviously, it's quite a big map. I don't really want to go around the corner and suddenly appear him. I want to try and spot him from a distance, ideally, so I can just catch him out and have the free farm. But as long as I can do that, then there shouldn't be really much. We shouldn't really lose this game if we can catch that tank out. Like I say, we have the tank advantage. Now, our friendly tank is calling for our support, and that is because he has spotted the enemy tank on the 9-0 line. So we're going to start to head over there. I didn't quite manage to catch how much hit points this tank has. I'm just trying to find out how many hit points he has. I think he was fairly healthy, but also I want to try and get as many shots as I can. I've got lots of ammo, so I've got enough to kill this tank. I'm just trying to get round behind him. He is a potential 2 shot to us, maybe a 3 shot as well. Unfortunately, our teammate does get taken out, but we should be able to kill this tank. Unfortunately, there's a rock in the way, so I couldn't quite get the shot in. And it kind of looks like he's going to go straight for our base, because I haven't got spotted yet, so he didn't know that it was me looking at him from behind, because it could have just been our friendly tank when he was alive looking at him. So I'm going to try and just get up on this rock, just going to make sure he's not turning around. If not, if he goes in the cap circle and tries to cap us out, that's really the ideal situation for us, because I know exactly where he is. And again, you saw what I was able to do against the other 2 tanks in the cap circle. I'll be able to get the reset. Now, he has gone in the cap circle. Like I say, that is, for me, that's the ideal scenario when I'm fighting a heavy tank, because I'm going to be able to outspot him. So I'm going to go to that same bush, hopefully land a shot in, and we, fingers crossed we can pick up that 8th kill, and just finish this game really strongly. Can you see we've already got 4,000 damage? So see how capable this tank is at picking up damage. So we're going to try and outspot him here. We do manage to outspot him, so we should be able to land a nice shot here, which will put him onto a 1 shot to us. We do connect the shot. He is now a 1 shot. I'm just going to wait for us to lose this spot, and then we can poke and just get the kill here and finish this game with that Radley's medal. So I'm just going to try and get around this corner. We should be able to spot him. We do. We get the shot in here. Unfortunately, we bounce it. Now that's a bit annoying, because it means I may have to eat a shell off this guy potentially, which I can do. I've got enough hit points to eat a shell. So he does land a shell into us, and we're able to land our 1 though. So we pick up the 8th kill. Bring us into the video, and we finish that one off with, I think, about 4,500 damage. We definitely will get the ace tanker with that 2,500 odd base XP, 800 odd assistance. And yeah, so remember, if you want to enter this giveaway, all you need to do is leave a comment with !duck and your gamer tag and the console you play on. The draw will end on the 25th of May. So as always, thanks for watching and happy tanking.